See Bobby Gearhart up front. I talked to Bobby in detail. He had a lot of problems with his car. The car qualified good, but guess what, guys? When you have a good, fast, good, great qualifying race car, sometimes they don't always drive as good as you like them to. They worked and worked hard on this car, and he said, I sure hope we got it driving better for the race.
Norm Benning hung up on the outside and smoking, Kenny, as we came off of turn 2.
I can't believe that's anything good.
Don't look good. Looks more than tire smoke, I would say, Ken, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you know, it was still smoking somewhat going down the straightaway. Usually when they quit smoking like that, it means they're just running out of whatever fluid that is.
Yeah, the next thing isn't good.
It's usually good. Or it's overheating already. But you run as much tape on the front grill opener in these cars as you can, because the more tape is more speed, keeps the air from getting trapped in there and slowing the car down. Sometimes you put too much tape on them, they just run hot. But we got
a few of them smoking down the back straightaway. Maybe they got the same virus that Norm did. Wow.
Yeah, we got 2 smokers at once there going into turn 1.
One is Norm, and it looks like the 33 car is the other one on the outside, Robert Richardson. With a lot of smoke coming right out of the cockpit.
That's the left rear tire.
Yep, looks like he's got a tire coming off that car.
And he's already got tire marks down the side of the car. So we'll take an opportunity to take a break with Bobby Gearhart leading here at Daytona. That's the reason for the yellow right there. Robert Richardson, as you can see from the damage to the right side of that car, still smoking because of all the fender rubbing on the tire due to the fact that he smacked the wall. Let's take a look at this.
Looks like he just comes on the corner. Ooh, Mark Gibson looks like the 59 car got a little loose. Maybe a little help on that side and just run him right up in the wall.
Yeah, that was a good hit, and he's going to be lucky to make it back around without cutting down the tires they just put on, because both those fenders are in there real hard still.
Really is. Unfortunately for Mark Gibson, he was coming from the back of the pack also, and he don't need that kind of body damage on his race car.
Guys, I got to believe right now as we see Krislov tucking down a little bit, picking up some help. Is he going to make a run on his teammate? Steele trying to come with him in that black 44. And we got a change for second.
That's hungry right there. The 44 car is Tim Steele. He is hungry. He wants to win this race. He wants to lead this race right now. As you see him drop to the bottom, he's run so good. Here we got a lot of action back in the field.
Kenny, that looks a little nervous inside in the middle of that pack.
I'd be a heck of a lot more nervous if I was in there. It made me nervous up here. Yes, it did. They missed a golden opportunity to tear up a lot of stuff there, but heck, they made it. They did the right thing, but
lots of air, Kenny, right? Just bucking off them cars. What causes them cars to do that? I'll let you go ahead and tell us.
Sometimes you just don't wreck no matter how hard you try.
That was an accident waiting for a place to happen.
And I guarantee you, Frank was having bad thoughts going through his mind at that time.
He was.
Quickest way to get yourself out of it, get by them all. You can see him tucked to the bottom and pass 2 or 3 more cars. There's the 4 car, the Hans Group car, on board with Mike Garrity. He's doing exactly what his crew chief Eddie Sharp told him last night to do. Just sit back here, ride along. He's sitting right now in 8th, now up to 7th. Up, finally, the wreck. Oh, look out.
Boy, that could have been bad.
Oh, man. That was the 88 car right smack in the middle of that whole mess.
Eddie Mercer from Pensacola, Florida, long-time short track racer, been around racing a long, long time in the Bobby Johns Florida Shrimp car. Too bad for him.
Benny Chastain involved in it as well, and that white 98. Oh.
The Drew White car looks like he pulls his window net down, which tells the officials that he's okay. Good sign there. Eddie took a pretty hard hit there, but appeared to be all right.
Could have been a much worse hit, though. Man.
I'm telling you, these guys in these cars, even the ones that don't have as much super speedway experience as some of the other ones, you know, they've watched, they've paid attention. ARCA's done a good job talking to them in the rookie meetings, and that, you know, they did a good job of missing what could have been a lot worse there. Okay.
There's Mercer. Oh, he gets turned by the 17.
Yeah.
17 just gets in the back of Eddie Mercer. Eddie, unfortunately, wide open as he comes off the corner, nowhere to go. And when you slide back up the rate, once you're backwards, you're just hanging on.
When he collects another, it's A.J. Henriksen that was in the 17. This is where it gets scary, right?
Man,
here.
Great job getting through that. Still made some contact, but again, you didn't see nobody jump on the brake pedals and send the car out of control.
Yeah, Mercer didn't have a chance there. He just got run in.
Run in the back of.
Well, no way. Yeah, he got run into the back of.
Kenny, is there a scarier feeling than this one right here where Mercer's sliding back down the track and you know there's more cars coming?
No, that's right. That's right up there, right there. At least, you know, you're not driver's side against them. But we can see looking into that sun there, and I guarantee it's a lot worse with the down looking from the driver's seat up through that sun and the smoke. So it gets your attention.
Bob Dillner.
Just want to let all you super late model fans know out there that Eddie Mercer is okay, but here's what happened. Eddie radioed into his crew and told him, hey, I had to get on the brakes because somebody checked up in front of me, and the guy behind me just did not stop. And that's what the replay showed. You guys were talking about that, but Eddie Mercer did have to get on the brakes, and that's why the guy behind him actually hit him.
Nothing you can do. When a car checks up in front of you, you really have no choice. You know if you stay in the gas, you're going to run in the back of him, so you just have to back out of the gas. But it's a chain reaction. Unfortunately, super speedway racing, that's what happens.
Well, you pretty much know you're going to either get hit or hit somebody else at that point in the game when you're running in a pack that tight. But that's what super speedway racing is all about. Second caution of the day, first big wreck of the afternoon. Bobby Gearhart continues to lead. 13 of the scheduled 80 complete. All right, so Kenny, you're sitting there and you're running through the tri-oval like Steele was. Now the backstretch, and you see two lines of cars and they're coming at you at equal speeds. How do you choose? Do I take the guys on the outside or the guys on the bottom?
Well, here it looks like that he didn't make a big decision. He stayed in the middle, and they split him.
Yes,
so
he did.
I don't think he really made much of a decision there.
He made his mind up for him.
Yeah.
Decision has been made, and
maybe
lose.
the middle wasn't the right spot.
Exactly. Unfortunately, hopefully Tim will get back in line and find a car that really helps his goes.
TJ Bell on board with him, running along in 17th. And look at there's the 46 of Frank Kimmel up to 12th. Remember, he started 41st, last place in the field today.
Yeah, I believe the fifth car in line there at the number 65 is leaking a little fluid from Walt Brannon from where it was.
Trouble. The 62 of Claire Zimmerman out of Denver, PA. Major problems for the Huntiller Corporation Pontiac.
Out of the tri-oval.
Wow.
He's okay.
Looks like we got a little air underneath that nose now. It won't work.
Oh boy, there's a coil spring rolling down the track.
Not a good sign. Looks like he's okay. The window net's down. Very important to see the coil spring rolling down the racetrack. Here's a replay here. Looks like, oh, wow.
Man.
Oh, boy, that was a lot more than we've seen. Big ride. Looks like he just got down on the apron, Kenny. Is that what it looked like to you?
I didn't see the very start of that enough. I know one thing.
Gotta see that again.
That that's going to make everybody nervous.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll take another look at that replay, and it looked like maybe he just got down on the apron, the car got loose.
I was trying to figure out how the front end got bent up without, you know, being all mangled. It got bent up when the car gained that much air.
Wow.
Sure did.
Let's look at it again.
He got loose up underneath that other car.
Bottom of the racetrack right there. Wow. Roof flaps come up on the race car, kept that race car down on the racetrack. They did their job. So important. Another safety innovation that the ARCA REMAX Series has brought in from the NASCAR series, and it looks like it worked here today at Daytona.
For quite a few feet, there was only a couple inches of that nose touching the ground, and that was it.
We see the nose bent in the front of this race car, and that's not from hitting any type of wall or anything. As Kenny said, as the back of the race car got up in the air, it just actually bent the whole front of that nose.
Well, Clara was planning on spending most of the 2005 season racing the ARCA short tracks, and I'm thinking right about now he's figuring that's a good idea.
He was thinking Salem or Toledo would have been a whole lot better place to spin out right then.
Wow.
Oh, man. Well, glad to see Claire is okay. You know, it's so hard to believe. I was talking to Frank Kimmel earlier in the week, and I said, Frank, you know, you've got these 6 championships. Daytona must be so important to you now. He goes, no. Championship number 7 is more important to me right now because that will be the one thing that will make me so different than anybody else in the history of ARCA. Right now, tied with 6 with the great Iggy Katona. So that's what Frank said. He said, however, when I get championship number 7, trust me, everything will be focused on Daytona.
Pull out the stops. Exactly right, Ralph. Frank Kimmel looks at the big picture. He's here to win championships. He wants to win his 7th championship in the ARCA REMAX Series. He knows he has to finish races. If he finishes in 10th or 1st, it really it's the big picture that really counts. So he has to finish this race. And starting from the back today has been a tough task for him. But look, he's done great. He's up there in the top 10 here today at Daytona.
Never done it here at Daytona. Frank Kimmel, arguably one of, if not the greatest ARCA drivers, has never won at Daytona. Maybe today. He's right in the middle of it. There's that bright red number 46 charging through the tri-oval, sitting solidly in 4th place right now with a huge pack behind him. And we got trouble in 1 and 2. Cars flying everywhere as debris scattering across the racetrack.
Wow, tough break. Again, here at Daytona, we run tight. We all get together. Somebody gets a little loose. Everybody gets gathered.
I was just about ready to say it was such an awesome sight. We had 24 cars in the lead draft right there, and they were all doing an awesome job just coming up through there, making some laps, getting to the end. But trouble anytime can reach about and get you.
There's Johnny Leonard, one of our onboard cameras.
Gosselin was involved in that. I saw the 12 car in the middle of that.
Tough.
Is that the 38? The 38 caught up in the mix there as well. Harmon's machine, Mike Harmon, caught up in the middle. Damage to the right side on the rear quarter of that car.
There we see the 90 car of David Reagan. Winding that down, appears to be all right, but boy, that race car's used up.
David, the son of Ken Reagan, who's turned many laps around this racetrack when he was racing in NASCAR's Premier Division.
See David climbing out with his Hans device on. He said, just get me out of this race car. Not where he wanted to finish here tonight at Daytona. We see Johnny Leonard.
It looked like we could see a couple of cars just starting to break the tails out as they went down into 1, Kyle.
Now you can't really see what happens from this view. It's too far ahead, but obviously stuff happens in a hurry and you get caught right up in the middle of it.
You can see Johnny Leonard.
Tough break for all these guys.
Just nowhere to go.
Exactly.
Another late hit. Again, when you get sideways here at Daytona at 180 mile an hour, it's just hanging on. Just hope nobody hits you too hard. Here we go down in the corner. Looks like the 08 got a little help from Ed Kennedy in a 00 car and turned it on from there. Guys have nowhere to go.
It's TJ Bell in that 08.
See Mark Gibson caught up in that, not where Mark wanted to go. Mark running for the championship. 67 car of Chad Blunt. Yep, Ed just gets back in the back of TJ Bell, and that's where it all started.
David Reagan had a hard hit.
He sure did. That was at line 90. He took a vicious, almost head-on impact into the outer wall.
Certainly did.
And then a couple more shots as he slid back down the banking.
Yeah, it's glad to see everybody's driving away or at least getting out.
See the 08 car of Reagan, 08 car TJ Bell started it all. Wow.
That hurts just watching it, driving these race cars. You definitely hate to see that stuff kind of happen to you.
Reagan got turned and that car just went straight up the banking, and then he got clobbered one more time as he came back. All right, real time, just listen. Wild ride. Bob Dillner.
As you guys mentioned, Mark Gibson involved in that incident. Dennis Pulte is his crew chief. First of all, is he okay? And what did he say on the radio as far as what happened?
I could not hear Mark. Our spotter could hear him. Mark said he was okay. I think he did drive it in. I heard him say, do I turn in here? We got hit from behind, turned around, and where's the pinball after that, it looks like.
We all knew the big one was about to happen. It always happens in one of the races here at Daytona.
Bob, you're exactly right. Mark Gibson, again, a longtime veteran in the ARCA REMAX series, running DEI Motors. His brother, Tony Gibson, the car chief on Michael Waltrip's car. Family been around racing an awful long time. Bo Gibson from the Daytona Beach area here today, working with them all week, working on that car. Just a great family, and I'm sure Mark will come back and be in the points running for the championship here at the end. We're wide open all the way around this racetrack. You never lift on the throttle. The only time you ever get on the brake pedals when you're about to run in the back of somebody, and you can't do that. You see Frank Kimmel look to the bottom side, and he wants Todd Cleaver to go to the front.
He's going to work that mirror of Todd Cleaver is exactly what he's going to do. He knows he's got a young rookie up there, and he's going to do everything he can to make him nervous. But pretty soon, Kyle Busch, he's going to have to get around Cleaver because he needs another lap or two to wear down Bobby Gearhart.
That's exactly it. That was a good spiel right there, because I mean, it's down to business. You got 4 laps to go. You got to get by. So he's not even thinking about taking Cleaver to the front. I bet you he's thinking about taking himself to the front, trying to get that win.
We have got to stay green here, guys. If it goes yellow now, the race is over. ARCA has just told us if it goes yellow flag, this race will be over. These guys are racing hard. They are going to race to the finish.
But Kimmel can't do anything about that car right in front of him of Cleaver unless J.J. Yaley can get up there and shove him past, which he's trying to do right now.
There he needs. That's the run he's been looking for. You need a shove on the bottom side. Bobby Gearhart's hung out by himself, and he needs some help from behind to get on by him.
That's the worst thing that Bobby Gearhart could see in his rearview mirror is the 46 clearing Cleaver, because he knows now that there's nobody behind him more hungry for a win at Daytona than his arch rival and good buddy, Frank Kimmel. Remember, Frank Kimmel started this race dead last in 41st. He sits in second, never having won at Daytona. He's now 3 laps shy.
Frank is right where he wants to be. He needs some help. He has to get someone from the backside to help him get around Bobby Gearhart. Believe me, Bobby Gearhart's mirror is awful big. He's driving to the top, driving to the bottom, trying to break that draft. He looks like a snake going down the back straightaway here at Daytona.
Bobby Gearhart knows what it takes to get to victory lane here at Daytona, Dan.
Yes, he does. He's been here. He's won here twice. He's a super speedway. We call him the king right now of the super speedways. Bobby is unbeatable. He does what it takes to get it done. And look at J.J. Yaley in the 2-car. We haven't heard of him all day. Wow, he just comes out of nowhere with that Shaver horsepower. Bobby Gearhart's got a Shaver motor. There's a lot of horsepower in that first and third place car here at Daytona.
There's 2 laps to go. We got Frank here in second. Bobby Gearhart's leading this deal. Cleaver got shuffled back. It looks like he's all the way back to 6th. So tough break for him getting shuffled back there. But that's what happens when you get Frank Kimmel.
Oh, Joey Miller slides. Joey Miller slides, and we heard smoke coming out of the 2-car of Yaley. So we're racing to the checkered flag. Oh, we got
Todd Cleaver on the road. Oh, we got cars everywhere. 20 cars.
Coming to the checkered flag yellow. Who's going to get here first? Oh, we've got Cleaver flipping down the back straightaway. He lands on all 4 wheels. More trouble on the back straightaway.
Oh, the 49 car, Dan Shaver, engulfed in flames.
Coming to the line. Gearhart's going to get here first. Kimmel right behind him. Then it's Yaley and Garrity. That's the top 4. The officials in the flag stand telling them to slow down immediately because there is a major, major situation on the back straightaway.
Guys, we knew that was coming. It was 2 laps left. Oh, we see Todd Cleaver out of the race car walking away. He appears to be okay under his own power.
Todd Cleaver has crawled out of that wreck number 60.
Tough break. He's got a little limp. He's probably hurt his leg. Man.
There's Gearhart's number 5. This race, we were told from the ARCA officials as we were winding it down, if it went yellow again, that would be the end of it. So it looks like Bobby Gearhart, although we are not getting official word yet, should be declared the winner of this race. Now he's making his way upon the accident scene now for the first time. The Advanced Discount Auto Parts 200 will go to Bobby Gearhart here tonight.
See Bobby, the officials taking the net down, talking to him, giving Bobby a little direction to victory lane. Bobby has got to be tickled. His 3rd win here today at Daytona in the ARCA Series. Great competitor.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a long afternoon here into the evening with the ARCA Remax Series. We're going to have to step aside. Kyle, thank you for coming by. Dan, thank you. Lindsay, Bob, and Don downstairs. I'm Ralph Shaheen. NASCAR Live will keep you updated. Stay with us for more continuing coverage from here live from Daytona. Good night, everybody.